it doesn't make sense. I still haven't been able to fix the temperatures, and I don't know what's wrong. Now, before I get into what is almost definitely going to be a fairly complainy video, as you can see, I'm wearing the LTT t-shirt today because Brandian asked in the comment section below why I wasn't wearing it enough lately, apparently. So I'm wearing it. There you go. If you guys have any more wardrobe suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. So it's been about 2 weeks, I think, and I feel like I start almost every video with "it's been about 2 weeks." That's just my standard measure of a long time. But it's been ages that I've been struggling with this damn computer. And I ended the last video with, you know, the high temperatures that I had and what I was going to do to fix it. Well, I did all of those things and it hasn't fixed it. So there's a new pump in. I changed the loop order a little bit, so I removed that long bit going into that part of the pump res combo, and it goes through the top of the reservoir now. The loop filled much more easily. There was no kind of air gulping of the pump and stuff like that. But we still have the same temperature issues. So while running something short like Cinebench, I'm hitting like mid to high 80 degrees on the CPU. That is with it manually overclocked to 4.3 gigahertz, but I get the same temperatures when I leave it to its own devices, but then it only runs at like 3.9 gigahertz, which is also quite weird because there isn't much of a temperature variation. I did undervolt the CPU a bit and that did help the temperatures, but not massively. I'm still in the 80 degrees Celsius with that. And then on the graphics card front, like we're also like I'm hitting 90 degrees while gaming. And today, with a lower ambient temperature, I was hitting about 88 degrees while playing PUBG, and that's with an undervolted card, and it's running at about 2090 megahertz around there, which is quite fast for the card, but the temperatures are ridiculous. Now, I've actually asked on a forum where people specialize in liquid cooling, and I've been getting fairly not useful responses. So like a bunch of people were saying that it's because the VRMs are overheating and that's why the CPU is running so hot. But why would the VRMs overheating have the graphics card run hotter? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then if we do humor that statement and look at the temperatures, the VRM sits at like 30 degrees under load, which is crazy. Like, it's, you know, so that's not the problem. I really don't know what it is. I've remounted the blocks. When you look at the actual thermal paste spread, it's decent. Like it looks like any mounted cooler. I've opened up the CPU block. There's nothing that indicates that there's an issue with it. I don't understand. There's a high flow rate in the loop, like it fills really quickly. There aren't any blockages. When you touch like the radiators, they're not cool, but they're barely above room temperature. So the radiators aren't getting very hot. The reason that I know that these temperatures are ridiculous, are way too high for a custom loop, is because like Jay's 2 cents did a video recently where he put a block on a 5700 XT and he was getting a junction temperature of like 60 degrees under load. And I'm getting a junction temperature of like 88 degrees while gaming, which doesn't really make any sense. And that's with the card undervolted a little bit. As far as the frequency goes, it's running at about 2090 megahertz, which is fairly fast for the card, but it doesn't explain why it's running so hot. And then as far as the CPU goes, a different channel called Tech Teardown did a custom loop with a 3900X in it, which has 4 more cores than my CPU. And he was getting a temperature of like in the 50 degrees Celsius while running Cinebench, and I get like mid 80s while running Cinebench. So that it doesn't make sense that the components are running so hot. And then as far as like airflow into the case goes, I know that that's not the problem because when I take the side panels off and uncover the radiators, like the temperatures don't change. And honestly, there's so much airflow in the case, it feels like a wind tunnel in there. And again, when looking at the VRM temperatures, because of how cool they're running, there clearly isn't a problem with air moving through the case. And like the radiators are fairly cool to the touch, like they don't warm up a lot. It's also, it behaves quite weird for a custom loop. Like the temperatures skyrockets immediately to like 88 degrees, for example, and then it just sits there. It doesn't increase further than that. So the temperatures stay very consistent, but they immediately go to to the very high temperature. I honestly don't understand. Like, I've installed new graphics card drivers as well. I bled the loop of air overnight. Like, there's not much air in the loop as well. There's no like gurgling noises and stuff like that. So Jay's 2 cents, if you are watching this video, which I know for a fact you're not, but like, I don't even know how to go about troubleshooting it anymore. Like, I've done everything that I can think of. Yeah, so next week I'll have some exciting new videos about new stuff, which isn't just closing off previous projects, sorry. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video, share it with your friends, Instagram, Twitter, wada. And until the next video, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.